Welcome to the Diamond Show. What up, people? How y'all doing? How y'all living life, man? Hope all is well. And if all isn't well, hope this interview and this episode can change your day a little bit. Let's get to work, guys. Episode 17 in season 2. We got 3 more episodes left until we're done with season 2. That is a blessing from God Himself. Appreciate you guys for continuing to tuning in every week. It's been a lot of hard work and a lot of time spent, and I'm loving every second of it. Ladies and gentlemen, please introduce with me here today the guest that we have on here today, Mr. Collin Moore. Everybody clap it up. Yes, sir. First off, Colin, appreciate you again for coming on the show, man. And how's life treating you, man? I know you just got out of practice, but how's life treating you right now, man?
Life is going good so far. It's going great. I'm not in practice right now. I'm just doing a lot of rehab.
Okay.
Had surgery back in April, so I'm just doing rehab, trying to stay focused, trying to get back healthy.
For real, man. We're gonna talk a lot about that. But Colin, first off, for the listeners that may not know who you are, man, give them a brief overview of who you are, so they can just get a quite a little quick understanding of who you are, man. Let them know where you're from and just some things you've been able to do to help get where you are today, man.
All right, my name is Colin Moore. I'm from North Little Rock, Arkansas. I graduated from North Little Rock High School. I am from Arkansas. I did an extra year at prep school in Kansas, and I have 5 siblings: Shekinah Messiah, Calvin Corbin, and then you got me. And I attend Georgia State, and I'm currently a sophomore right now, class of 2024.
I appreciate that, man, and I'm gonna get straight to it, man. And I said this last episode. Whenever I get a chance to sit with Arkansas native, it's fun, man. And I say that because I'm an Arkansas native myself, and it's just cool to kind of see others do their thing and kind of make it out of the city, out of the state, and kind of just evolve into who they are, whatever it is they're passionate in. So it really is cool, and I have a lot of fun talking with you guys. Man, talk about growing up in North Little Rock, man. What was the environment, culture like, and how did you get involved with basketball? Was that something you got into at an early age, or were you kind of a late bloomer with it, man?
I didn't really start playing basketball until I want to say second or third grade. So you can say that's pretty kind of early, because when you're in the third grade, you're about like 7, 8 years old. But I was always a football player at first. Growing up, I was a football player until I got to 8, 7, 8 years old. And then my cousin had introduced me to basketball. And then my first game, I had 16 points. So I was like, I'm gonna just keep on playing.
When did you start to realize that I could actually go D1 at this, so that I could actually be pretty good at this basketball thing?
I started feeling it, I want to say 8th grade. I want to say 7th grade summer, me beginning to dunk. So I was like, yeah. Once I realized I was able to dunk at a young age, I was like, yeah, I probably can go high major, mid major, D1, doesn't matter.
Why was basketball the number one choice over football and any other sports?
I just feel like I fell in love with it. I fell in love with the competition. I wanted to play a year-round sport. I wanted to meet new people. So far, I met so many people. I've been introduced to so many people, a lot of coaches, a lot of players, met new friends, build relationships, build brotherhood. Yeah.
Man, talk about growing up with the family. You talked about you have 5 siblings. I know that kind of has a lot of competitive drive. I'm sure that helps you on the basketball court. Talk about growing up with your family, man.
Uh, my mom, she had me when she was 20 years old. 5 years later, she had my little sister. So after she had my little sister, I was just thinking like, yo, I don't want her to be by herself. She's a single parent. So I just felt like I needed to help out at a young age. So I just try to take everything serious, anything I do.
Where did that mindset come from? Was that something that someone installed on you? Was just kind of just a natural help my mom out thing?
Uh, My dad, he's a hard worker. So like it don't matter if he's sick, he's hurting or anything. He's gonna work. So I feel like I got that from my dad. Also, my mama always tell me there's a solution to everything. Just make sure you just got that's the solution and just figure it out.
Going back to your career, man. Was really no. Actually, I want to step forward. Growing up outside of sports, what did you spend your time doing a lot? Whether it be in music or anything. What was something outside of sports that you spent a lot of your time on?
I'd probably go fishing, duck hunting. Yeah, a lot of country stuff.
Yeah, I feel you, man. Talk about growing up as not only as an athlete, but talk about what's it like to be a student athlete. And you're such a big name in the city of Little Rock. Was that a lot of added pressure on you? And if so, how did you handle it initially?
I wouldn't say it's pressure. It's not pressure. It's just a lot. It just takes a lot of focus. That's it. If you have the focus, stay positive. Anything can happen. You'll do good. Yeah.
I have a question for you, man. Give a piece of advice for kids that are at the high school level right now and are trying to reach the D1 level like you. What advice would you give to them that are trying to reach the next level of basketball?
Don't give up. That's it. Just don't give up. It's always a solution. Figure it out. Keep working. Your mind is telling you, training you, you're tired. Just keep working. You're good. You're going to make it. Listen to the coaches. I promise you the coach is going to put you in a great position.
I appreciate that, man. And take that advice if you are in that situation. And I say that because he's living it. He knows what it takes to get there and what it takes to stay there. And so that's big time. And I don't just say these things for you to kind of brush them off, but those are real important things. These are people that are living in the moment, so they know what it takes to get there. So I appreciate that, Colin. Talk about growing up in the environment of I would say one of the biggest basketball teams in the state, if not the nation, in North Little Rock Charging Wildcats. And what was it like what was your first game like? Was it a lot of nerves and jittery, or how did you kind of adapt to your first game?
My first varsity game, I think I had 14, my first varsity game. I didn't start as a sophomore, but my first varsity game, I had 14 points. I think we won by like 30. We played a team out of Louisiana. Yeah, that was about it. Yeah, my first game, I did good. My first point was a dunk as a varsity. Yeah, that's all I can remember right now. But I know my teammates was telling me like they was excited for me, like you doing good as a sophomore. At the time, I was a six man. Then we got around like Christmas time. Before Christmas, I ended up starting as a sophomore.
Was there even from any point to now, has there ever been a point where you kind of have told yourself, I want to step away from basketball?
No, I never had that.
I love that. I really did. That's a lot of passion. You've had the opportunity to not only make a name for yourself, but you've played with a lot of guys that have made the name for themselves in the basketball world. What's it like to kind of see them evolve and reach some? I know some of your teammates have now reached the NBA level. What's it like to kind of see some of your close friends be professionals and kind of take the same love that you have and be great at it too, man?
Like I have two friends. I have a couple people. Moses Moody, as you know, I went to North Little Rock with him. I tell him all the time, we can't be friends until I'm in the same position as you. We got my cousin, Devontae Davis, Devo, at Arkansas. We work together every day. Every time we see each other, we work out. We push each other. We try to better ourselves each and every day.
Do you think, and I asked this in terms of then and now too, whatever period, do you think that kind of talent that you're surrounded with has been able to push you to become a better player yourself?
Of course. I was listening to Lil Baby. Lil Baby always say, if you're the richest in the room, then you need a new room. So I try to, yeah, I don't want to be the best player in the room. I don't want to be the most competitive person in the room. I just try to be around people that's better than me so I can become like them.
I love that. I love that a lot. Actually, I've never had a little baby quote on the show before, so that's the first. Shout out to Lil Baby, man. Second greatest rapper of all time. Y'all don't quote me on that though. But y'all, yeah. No, actually, quote me on that. I said, yeah. I said, what y'all gonna do about it? Nothing. I'm just messing with y'all, man. Colin, talk about when that schedule drops. Is there one team that you kind of circle on that NLR schedule that you're like, yeah, I'm excited to play them more than anybody?
You said what?
When the schedule drops, when you're in North Little Rock, is there one team that you kind of circle on the schedule before the season starts? You're like, yeah, that's gonna be the most exciting game of the season.
Central, always. Novi versus Central is always crowd. Now the crowd always shows up. They always here to see what put on the show.
You have the opportunity to win a state championship in North Little Rock, man. Talk about that experience. What was that like? What was that like, man? I know that's a once in a lifetime opportunity, man.
Man, it's a feeling you just gotta work hard for. That's it. Yeah.
You had the opportunity to eventually. You talked about get an opportunity to be a part of a different program, Sunrise Christian. Talk about what went into that. How did you even where did that process come from? How did you get involved with Sunrise Prep? And what was the process of you going there?
Sunrise been wanting me to go there since I was in the 10th grade.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about going to Sunrise, but I was mainly thinking about me winning a state championship for my city. So I end up winning a state championship in my senior year of high school. I was thinking about transferring to Sunrise. That's the year Moses Moody had one bird. So in my head, I'm like, should I go? And then I waited patiently to see what Moses was going to do. So Moses ended up leaving to go to my bird. So I said, I decided to stay. And I did pretty good my senior year. I did good. And I didn't think I did good enough for me to for my position. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just do an extra year, better myself so I can be ready for the college level.
You say you didn't think you were ready just yet. What were some of the things you felt in your game that you needed to work on to be better for the next level?
At the time I want to say, at the time I was like 180. Mm-hmm. And when I got to Sunrise, I put on 15 pounds. I got to 195. I needed to get bigger. I needed to get quicker. Get better on my jump shot. I just really needed to work on my game more, I feel like.
Talk about, and this could be advice given for young kids as well, talk about how important it is for kids to take care of their bodies if they want to reach the next level.
Yeah, you gotta take care of a lot of your body. You gotta start eating right, drink plenty of water. Drink plenty of water. You gotta stay away from a lot of junk food. Yeah, that's about it. Just stay away from the junk food. It's gonna be bad in the future.
I got you, man. Talk about what it was like to play under head coach Johnny Rice, man. And what were some of the things that you learned from Coach Rice that you haven't learned from any other coach you've ever played under?
Coach Rice. Yeah, Coach Rice was fun to play with. He was funny. He always pushed me. I remember him telling me as a sophomore, like, you're gonna run this school one day. And I did.
To hear something like that from the head coach and know this is one of the biggest programs in the state, what's it like to actually do that and be a part of something that will be forever remembered in the city of North Little Rock?
That he just told me like you at like my last home game, he was telling everybody like, yeah, I'm one of the great legends out of North Little Rock. So you can consider me as one of the great legends out of North Little Rock. I got over 1,000 points, probably over 500 rebounds or so, over 500 steals. Yeah.
I appreciate that. And I think that humbleness goes a long way in the long run, because that only not helps you be more coachable, but that helps you be a better teammate. So keep that up, dog, and because that can go definitely a long way. When you get to Sunrise Christian, man, what are some immediate things that you take advantage of that you haven't had the opportunity to use in your game?
Being in the gym longer. That's it. Just being in the gym longer. When I was at home, I had access to the gym, but not in the gym, not the gym all night. So when I got to Sunrise, I just tried to stay in the gym as long as possible.
And I want to mention this before I forget it, because I think this has been one of the most vital parts of your career too, is your AAU career. Talk about how fun that is to kind of just travel and play basketball at a young age and have fun with it. And also, how much do you think that helped your recruitment and to help get your name out there?
It helped a lot. I met a lot of coaches. I played with my cousin Devo.
Mm-hmm.
I played with Chris Moore, Jalen Williams. It was fun playing with them. I think we could have won Peace Jam, but we lost to Mocan and AOT. Those are two really good teams, really good programs, but they just had us at the time.
You had quite a lot of offers, man. UALR, Coastal Carolina, East Carolina, and of course Georgia State. What was the process for you officially picking Georgia State as the place to spend your next 4 years, and what caught your eye about Georgia State that kind of stood out from the other schools?
I had a real good relationship with the coach. My dream school was Tennessee, and the head coach came from Tennessee. So we talked a lot, had a lot of conversation, and I just built a close relationship with him.
Talk about Coach Lanier. What was that relationship like? And also, what's been the difference between Coach Rice and Coach Lanier?
Coach Lanier is more hard on me than Coach Rice. Coach Rice was just like, "You good? You just go figure it out." But Coach Lanier, he's on me. He wants to see the best out of me.
You're at Georgia State now, man. So go for us. Go through what's a daily schedule like for you? What time do you get up in the morning? What time do you have practice, shoot around? Just go what a daily schedule like is for Colin Moore.
Yeah, my daily schedule. I wake up at 6:55. Brush my teeth, wash my face, put clothes on. Then we go to get on the van, go to the gym. We lift. Then we have practice. Then after practice, we what do we do after practice? We do recovery, treatment on our legs, bodies. Then after that, we have class. And then that's the day.
You've been able to continue your name that you left in North Little Rock, and you've been able to put on quite a show so far at Georgia State. What's the end goal for you in terms of basketball? What do you want to get out of basketball? What's the next level you want to reach?
The next level, I'm just trying to get to the highest level as possible.
When you get to Georgia State, what's the environment like? Had you toured the campus before? And if so, what stood out about the campus and the lifestyle of you being a collegiate athlete in Georgia than the other places that offered you?
See, I got here during COVID year, so I didn't really have a visit or anything. So I probably just, I wouldn't know. Yeah.
I think your story's quite unique, man. And I know you've gone through a lot the past year. And talk about your surgery and your injury. and also talk about the perseverance you've been able to have to continue to rehab and hopefully get back to 100% as soon as possible.
My mindset is never like downing myself. I just try to uplift myself, thinking like, oh yeah, you got this, Colin, you got this. You gonna make it. Don't get frustrated. Just keep my head on the right path. That's pretty much it.
What's the college lifestyle been like for you? I know that's the big change from high school to college. I know you went to prep school though, and you're kind of on your own for the first time. But what's the change been like for you? Have you been able to adapt to it pretty easily, man?
Yeah. So far, I've been trying to. Yeah, I just hold my own. Say I can do this. I'm built for this. I'm built for anything. Always.
Um, when you go through something such as injuries and surgeries as a collegiate athlete, what advice would you give to other kids that are kind of sitting down, can't play right now, and are kind of itching to get back into their game? What advice would you give to them to kind of still be ready for when their time comes, but also take it slow and patient?
Repeat your question again.
I said, what's it like to kind of be sidelined in a sport you love and still want to be eager to get back on the court? What advice would you give to others that are going through things such as you that are trying to itch to get back into their sport?
You just gotta like coach yourself. Like I want to say, like coach the team, learn more. Just learn more about your team. Get close with your team. Figure out ways to where like find out your teammates' weaknesses and all. If you do that, then like you can hide their weaknesses.
Pre-game, man. What you got bumping in? What you got bumping on the phone, man? What you got to get you amped up for a game?
Mm,
I'm sure some little baby since we got the little baby quote earlier.
yeah, probably Lil Baby and Lil Dirt.
That's it.
Yeah.
Uh, I like to ask this question in a general, broad term, and I ask every guest this. In terms of legacy, or maybe a thing that you want others to know about yourself that maybe they didn't. What legacy and or thing that you want others to know about yourself? What do you want to leave behind? What do you want people to know about Colin Moore that maybe they didn't? What advice and legacy do you want to leave behind?
That I had a bright smile and I was always laughing at anything.
I love that, man. How do you think that's helped you through things such as your surgery and tough times?
Uh, it helped a lot. Just being positive. That's it. Like be positive. Never think of the negative. If you be positive, positive things is gonna happen.
First off, I want to say we wish the best for you, man. We're going to be tuning in once you get back 100% and you're getting back on the court. And I say that because the state is behind you, and I'm sure you know that already. There's a lot of love coming out of the city of Little Rock and North Little Rock. I'm going to close to wrapping up, and I have one more question, a couple more questions for you. Uh, when you look at the outlook of basketball, uh, is it something that you would say you kind of like? And I ask that in terms of, are you like a big fan of the 130, 135 3-point shooting? Or are you kind of more like I know they say a lot of old school, lockdown defense and the low scoring games. What's kind of your preference of the game?
Just play both sides. Be a two-way player.
I feel you, man. Any shout outs you want to give to anybody, man? True to yourself, dog. I appreciate it. Colin, if you're willing to, the listeners have any other questions that maybe I didn't get to, would you be able to put your social medias out for them?
Yeah, my Instagram name is Wahid5_. Twitter name is Wahid5_.
I appreciate that, and then I'll tag you and everything once we drop the episode. So you guys stay tuned for that. I appreciate you, Colin. This means a lot to me, and we wish you nothing but best, man. I really do mean that because you have a lot of bright things going for you, dog. So keep working and stay safe, dog. And I appreciate you again, dog. It really means the world, man.
All right.
Appreciate you, dog. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Stay safe. Keep working. Almost done with season 2, man. All love. God bless everyone. Take care.
All right.